Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your Raw review. You know, what a waste of time tonight. WrestleMania, what is 2 weeks away, and this is the best that they could come up with. I feel like I'm repeating myself for a few reviews here. But we start off with Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman's announcing that Roman Reigns' suspension is ended, so the suspension is already over. I guess they needed a way to get from point A to point B so Lesnar could assault Reigns. They had to have him handcuffed, so it was a way of just telling that story so they could get to that point, to have him in that prone position. Reigns starts hitting Lesnar with a chair, but then Brock Lesnar manages to counter, and he starts beating Reigns down with the chair. And, you know, not a bad way to open the show. I think when they do these beatdowns, they're way too prolonged, though. I mean, like, it's like enough already. Get in and get out. It wasn't bad, but I'm just saying they do this a lot. And it's probably because of this. They don't go back to it at all during the show. You know, I was watching a Raw from 2002 just the other day. It was the one with The Undertaker pulling Hulk Hogan with his bike, you know, with the chain wrapped around his neck. And they told this story throughout the whole show. And you wanted to see this because it was Undertaker and Hulk Hogan, two big stars. They didn't just, you know, curtain jerk the fucking show and then they were gone for the rest of the episode. No, they would do a little something here to start off. Then you had, like, Hogan retaliating. And, you know, and then you had Taker getting his revenge. And, you know, and you would see a clear progression of a story being told throughout the episode. And keep in mind all the people saying, you're up Vince Russo's ass. You just repeat what he says. This was after Russo was gone. I've already given credit where credit's due. I like a lot more of the WWE product, even, you know, when Russo was gone. It was a great deal. I talk about these moments all the time. The Ruthless Aggression era, though maybe not as good as the Attitude era, still had a lot of good moments. I mean, this was the era of JBL, of John Cena coming up, the rise of Batista. You know, we got to see a lot of great moments from Ruthless Aggression. You know, the Ruthless Aggression era was also when Hulk Hogan wrestled The Rock at WrestleMania 18. You know, there was a lot of great moments. You know, and Brock Lesnar didn't get there to the Ruthless Aggression era, mind you. You know, and when they really started to really invest in Kurt Angle more and more, that was also more towards the Ruthless Aggression era. You know, when they started really making him the wrestling machine. You know, when they stopped, you know, they kind of stopped making him a little less comedic. What, you know, so you saw that the idea of telling a story throughout the show, it was a good concept, and it worked because it kept you watching to see what was going to happen next. But, you know, now you just get where we're just doing one thing at the start of the show, and then for the rest of the show, it's over, said and done with. You know, we're just going to go to, you know, everybody has their own little individual universe here on the show. So I'm getting sick of it because it's like I want to see more of what's happening. I want to see more of the big stars, but instead we're getting a lot of jobbers. We're getting a lot of, we're giving the other talent a chance. I don't care, because I'm looking at this card. I see a lot of people that are not over, a lot of people that are not entertaining, a lot of people whose characters have not been developed, and I'm sick of seeing the same thing show after fucking show. I mean, it's the same thing repeated over and goddamn over again. It's the same broken formula that does not work. And it's why week after week I come here in these reviews and say how terrible the fucking show is. Nia Jax defeated Mickie James. Okay, you know, alright. not really a lot to say here. There's not really a lot going on. You know, more of Nia screaming Alexa Bliss like this. Why is she being portrayed as such a goofball? She's a monster. Who was trying to say it? You know, it's not Nia Jax is not coming off as a monster. You know, like I said, they should have booked her like Awesome Kong, but they've already fucked that up. Now she's just an overly emotional fat girl. That's pretty much what she is. Triple H and Stephanie do one of the most self-serving promos I've seen in my life. You know, I'm sorry, guys, but after seeing Stephanie make a fool out of herself so many times with her ridiculous facial expressions and exaggerated voices where she wants to be like McMahon, because McMahon used to exaggerate, but McMahon came off in a certain way where, you know, it really worked. McMahon had a certain way with him, his voice, his facial expressions, where he could do funny facial expressions, but it was him, you know, more like being an eccentric billionaire. With Stephanie, it just comes off goofballish to the max. So sitting there trying to be a badass, we're all about working out, we're all about, you know, always being ready and shit like that, and they talk about their midnight workouts, and that's all fine and great and everything, but this is just boring. I'm sorry, this is fucking boring. Why are we not doing anything in the arena, backstage, any interaction with Ronda Rousey? It's been like what? What has it been, 3 weeks or something like that? With no follow-up? You know, Kurt Angle grabs Triple H in an ankle lock. You've got Ronda Rousey giving the Samoa drop to Stephanie. You know, they don't want a receipt. They don't want to exact revenge. You know, they should be there back the very next week, you know, wanting to get a piece of them. If they're such badasses like they say they are in this video, ooh, look at us, we've got a video package, we're ready, but, you know, we're not ready yet, we don't want to step into the ring at all times. You know, if they're so tough and they want to embarrass Rousey. There's Rousey this week, there's Angle right there in the fucking ring, and there's nothing going on. Where's the build-up to this match? I mean, you waited 3 years. You say it consistently. 3 fucking years you waited. 3 years to get Rousey in there. And this is the best you could do? And you're going to see what they did with Rousey tonight. Cedric Alexander and Ali Mustafa defeated TJ motherfucking P, and Drew Gulak. Who cares? But how boring is this division without Enzo? You all cry, oh, Enzo is the champion. Doesn't know how to wrestle. Look how fucking boring it is. Look how boring it is without his personality, without his promos. You're a bunch of morons. You cried and you cried and you cried. That's probably why when WWE released them, they were like, oh, it's no big deal. The internet doesn't really want him as champion anyway. Well, okay, you know, the thing is, isn't he clearing this shit yet? Why is he not being rehired? And where's Neville? I heard that he walked out, but then they were negotiating. Well, it's been several months already. Where the fuck is he? Where's Neville? You know, if I were WWE, I wouldn't be wasting any time. Look at these goddamn jobbers out there. They're stinking up the fucking joint. This is a horrible fucking... You know, okay, so some of the moves are okay and shit. You've got an 054. Oh, I'm doing a 450 backwards. Okay, very nice. But, like, who cares? Seriously, like, this match is joined in progress. They're not good enough to even get entrances. So, what? And this, I'll tell you guys right now, there's no way this cruiserweight match is going to be on the main card. This shit is going to be like the curtain jerker for the pre-show. This ain't WrestleMania. They always say it's gonna be on wrestling. It's gonna be on the fucking, even Neville and Aries couldn't get on the fucking main show. The Miz and Miz Taraj, they pull a little bit of they try to fool Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Balor came across as a fucking nerd here. I heard they said that you were a dummy or some stupid line like that. And they make like the Miz Taraj is going to beat up the Miz, but it's a ruse, just a facade. And then they just beat up Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. They were just trying to trick them, making like, they were going to break up, and then they just end up beating them. And the funny thing is, it's like, okay, let Miz have his moment. Let him show that he outsmarted these two guys. No, you know what happens? So they get beat down, they get blindsided, and by the end of this segment, Finn Balor is holding the IC title, smiling like a damn goofball. Hey, you guys, did you ever look at him online when he does like this fucking freeze frame pose? What a fucking goofball! What a fucking goofy maloofy nerd! It's bad enough, okay, at least I don't think he was, he was wearing his t-shirt. But at least he wasn't wearing that damn blueberry fucking jacket. He didn't look like a blueberry fuckboy this week, but he looked like a damn smiling fucking... shouldn't Ronda Rousey and Finn Balor be in a damn tag team together with the smiling? Honestly, like, what the hell is up with the smiling already? What everybody's got this big exaggerated fucking grin going on. What, we all having a good time out there? What's going on here? The smiling has to stop. It's enough already. It's supposed to be, Miz should get heat here, and it ends with Balor standing tall. Asuka defeated some jobber. For some reason, they gave the jobber some mic time. She gets blasted in the head by a kick. We're still doing fucking, big-ass kicks to the head, and meanwhile, Paige is on the sidelines, probably never gonna wrestle again. But by all means, let's still kick people in the fucking head. Last week, I failed to mention, because, I skipped this part. Michael Cole called the ultimate deletion, he called it obnoxious for some reason, which was just bizarre. Like, he was, you're putting this product out. This is your thing. You're supposed to get it over. And Cole's out there calling it obnoxious. And doesn't he have Vince McMahon in his ear, like, the whole fucking show for all 3 hours? And somehow he got away with it calling obnoxious? Corey Graves, tells him, they did a little recap with still frames. Cole said that, it was bizarre. And Cole was like mocking it still. Like still with the fucking obnoxious thing. And is this supposed to be like leading to a feud? I don't know, but why are they like purposely burying this segment now? Matt cut a promo, and then Cole was still saying it's obnoxious. Matt is like the most over thing that they have right now as far as characters go, and they're gonna relegate this to, just describing it as obnoxious. And, okay, so what's Matt's plans for WrestleMania? Is he gonna be in a big match? Are they gonna further the storyline with Bray Wyatt with a change in character? No. Are we going to do something else in the Broken Universe, maybe? No. You know what they're planning on doing with Matt Hardy? Because he announces it right here in the little promo. He's going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Are you fucking kidding me? So, We waited all the way from last year's WrestleMania all the way to this WrestleMania. We waited the whole goddamn year to see where they would get to it, Matt, and we got a little form of the Ultimate Deletion, the Final Deletion, WWE's version of it, and it turned out being pretty decent. People complained, but we finally got what we wanted to see, mostly. And what happens? What's the payoff? What's going to be Matt's big Mania moment? He's probably going to get his ass tossed out of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle. What a brilliant idea, right? Because that's what you want to do. You want to make him just another participant in a fucking battle royal that doesn't mean anything. They have been doing this battle royal for how long now? And they haven't done fuck all with any of the winners, right? Who do we have? 2014 Cesaro. You know what? Like he's in a tag team now. He's not really doing that much. I mean, it's an okay tag team, but you know we were promised big things. Nothing really happened. The Big Show won the next year. You know, the Big Show's already established. There was no point other than it being just that he has the accolade of winning the Battle Royal. Then in 2016, it was Baron Corbin. We see what happened with him. He went nowhere. 2017 came along. Mojo Rawley. You know, the winners only got more ridiculous as time went on because they did even less with each guy. I mean, it makes no sense at all. And it always shows that after every Mania, you never even have that guy making it onto Mania the next year. So at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, you had Cesaro was on Mania. Then the next year, he ended up in the pre-show. Then the next year, it was Big Show. And then he wasn't on the show the following year. The Baron Corbin, I think it was on the show, the Battle Royal. And then the next year, he's defending the IC belt against Dean Ambrose in a pre-show match. And Ambrose, who was at Wrestling Lesnar the previous year, didn't even make it on the fucking main show. So the Battle Royal fucking sucks. It doesn't do anything for anybody, and they're not even fucking ashamed to admit that. And it's bad enough we gotta have this Battle Royal, but we also gotta watch the fucking Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal, because we're not allowed to call it the Moolah Battle Royal anymore. Whatever. Sasha and Bayley, they finally fight backstage, and who writes these arguments? You know, there's a quip about being a 3-time champion and it leads to a fight. Is this realistic? Like, honestly, like, there's nothing that anybody would get insulted by here. Whoever writes these insults, I mean, I understand it's PG. Maybe they don't want to call each other a bitch or like a skank like they used to. You know, but the thing is, it's like this wouldn't even lead to a fight. This is not a believable argument. And I don't even care. It doesn't even look like anybody cares. You know, whatever it was with Sasha Banks after the feud with, like, Charlotte, the fans don't even care about her anymore. Because they made her dwindle down the card so far, it's like they couldn't even figure out what to do with her. Bayley's still looking like a retard with a side ponytail. Who cares about either one of these people? Nobody, really. Braun Strowman defeated Sheamus. Strowman still doesn't have a partner. Whatever. I mean, this was an alright match. I mean, once again, like, I still cannot fucking believe standing here having to say that Strowman is wrestling for the fucking tag titles. The fucking tag titles at Mania. After he had a whole year of destruction and almost winning the world title, he's like nowhere even close to a main event. Kurt Angle was in the ring with Ronda Rousey. Triple H and Stephanie are nowhere to be found. They're saying how ready they are, but they're somewhere in a remote location training. Probably in the Performance Center or some shit like that. And they're acting like cowards. Oh, we're ready. We want to embarrass Rousey, but they're nowhere even to be found. I mean, this looks fucking awful. So what do they decide to do instead? They decide to bring out Absolution. Paige is on the mic, comes out, offers her a spot, in Absolution to watch, so they could watch her back. But then Rousey refuses, so they go to attack Rousey. Rousey does a suplex. She grabs Mandy Rose and, in an arm bar. Kurt Angle convinces her to let her go. That's okay, but it's like, okay, I understand that they wanted to make her like a baby face, but if she were to kayfabe break her arm, wouldn't that, have really got her over big time? Like if they did the fake break your arm deal, like with Triple H and JR, or with, more recently, Brock Lesnar and Triple H. Wouldn't that have made more sense? Like, I understand she's but once again, after it's all said and done, she's smiling. Even like when Paige is talking to her, she's like, well, I'm good. I've got an Olympic gold medalist watching my 6 o'clock. Stop! Stop smiling! Oh my God, stop it already! It's like she can't wipe the fucking smile off her face. You're supposed to be a badass. And you keep smiling like a damn lunatic, like a fucking crazy person. There's nothing to smile about. I know I'm just happy to be here, guys. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! I'm so happy. It's all about having fun, Michael. Moving on, the Balor Club defeats the Miztourage. So, the Miztourage ones up Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, but, they still manage to turn the tide. And then, so they come back, and they're so smart, right? They get beat here. So I don't understand. So, why does The Miz have the Miztourage watching his back if they can't even fucking win anything or do anything right, basically? The whole segment was supposed to be that The Miz didn't appreciate them and all that. And, they were going to finally stop. So, then they proved to Miz that they are worthwhile. And they can't even keep Miz's heat throughout the segment. You know what I'm saying? This is such bad booking that, if you were purposely trying to book a show that has bad booking, you probably couldn't even make it this bad. I mean, honestly, this is they really just don't know what they're doing. Elias defeated Rhino. So this was kind of weird. So he's singing about Ronda Rousey, but Cole misinterprets. Wow, Cole's really doing a real shit-ass job on commentary lately. He's always been doing a pretty bad job, but he's doing an even worse one now. So Corey Graves corrects him and say, well, he wasn't singing about being the partner for Braun Strowman. He was actually singing about Rousey. So why is he singing about Rousey? Wouldn't it be better if he dropped a hint? Because I think, honestly, he probably is going to end up as Braun's partner, which, by the way, is just fucking stupid booking. Who the fuck wants to see that? I want to see both these guys have a Mania moment. They deserve it. Elias deserves a lot, but to put them as tag champs, Now, I know they're going to be try to be cutesy here. Oh, they were in a feud. He dropped the piano on him, and now they're a tag team. Like, why? Like, why these two guys together? For what reason? Other than it to be fucking ironic. So, you know, so, okay, so it's kind of like maybe Cole wanted to spoil it here, but that wasn't even the right time to do it. What is wrong with him? You know, first the fucking Matt thing, and then, well, first and foremost, all the terrible fucking commentary he does. And then you got him pulling this shit where he's like trying to spoil the match, and it's not even what he was talking about in the promo. Okay, so then Elias goes on to defeat Rhino. Why are they not, like, okay, I'm not even gonna, I keep saying this every single week. Why are they not doing more with Rhino? If they don't care about the size of guys anymore, and it's okay for fuckboy Balor over there, okay, so Rhino's like 5'10", but the guy is like fucking wide as fuck. So, by that logic, he should be running through all these people. But we're not going to do anything with Rhino. Even though we're pleasing the internet fans, and Rhino's like ECW god, so for some reason, he's a jobber. And in the main event, Cena defeated Kane, which was a pretty decent match, by the way. I liked it. I also liked when Cena did the cutthroat thing, and he also sat up. That was a nice little spot there. I laughed at that. He puts Kane through the table. He pins him. End of the match. Then Cena starts ranting again about Taker, which is entertaining. I don't get tired of hearing Cena on the mic, but like this story now needs to go somewhere. Taker should have appeared already. The lights could have at least went out or something. But now I'm hearing that we're probably not going to even get any furtherance of this story until it's the week before Mania. So, we could basically just assume that next week nothing else is going to happen. So then why should we even watch? Save some time and don't even watch. Basically. I mean, like, you're basically already telling us you're not going to do anything worthwhile next week. Cena might go on another rant. He might wrestle another match. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? But you're not going to show us Taker. Maybe the lights will go off or something like that. But they said that, like, you won't get a real response until, 2 weeks from now. So, this was a worthless show. This show was fucking garbage. The Ronda Rousey thing is, like, totally unrelated. We're just doing like a sidebar here. Let's do a little song with Absolution, but and keep Triple H and Stephanie separate. This makes no sense when you're trying to build up a match or you're trying to hype up a match. Who is going to get hyped up over this shit? Who is going to get hyped up over anything that happened on this show? Okay, the opening segment, it was okay, but that should have been something continued throughout the show. Roman is back, and he just gets his ass kicked. Okay, so why is Roman not, like, angrily walking through the halls, opening doors, looking for Lesnar? Why is Heyman not running away? We could have had a funny moment there. Then we could have seen, like, Brock Lesnar maybe, like, jumping in a car and speeding away in the parking lot, like, Reigns chases after him, and that's about it. Come on. Give us a little something. Throw us a fucking bone or something like that. Okay, so you know what? Maybe it's better off that Brock doesn't run away. It makes him look like a coward. I'm just saying, do fucking anything. Do something to further the storyline. It's just like, here's a segment and it ends. And you're telling me that, so Roman's just going to go sit in the back for the next 2 hours and 45 minutes doing nothing? Oh, gee whiz, I got beat up. I guess I'm going to have to wait all the way to fucking next week. It's not like it happened on the end of the show. So he just got, after a while, Reigns is going to recover, and he's going to be wanting to exact revenge. I mean, honestly, it's like you said, this show is fake. I get it. You know, you don't have to tell me. I'm not a dummy. But realistically, will you really think that when someone gets their ass kicked, they're just going to kind of sit there unless they're a total fucking coward? But that's not what they're trying to convey with Reigns. Reigns is a guy who likes to fight. So why is he not going to be spoiling for a fight after he gets his ass kicked? He's going to obviously want revenge against his Mania opponent. I mean, this is such complete garbage that it's like when this show is officially already written and done and it's been booked, it's like they don't even look at it and say, well, hey, you know what? Like, maybe Reigns shouldn't just spend the rest of the show doing absolutely nothing. Maybe we should give him something to do. Make him more productive on the show. No, but it's like it just ends right there, no questions asked. And because of it, you get a lousy-ass fucking show. Lousy as fuck. Well, there you go, motherfuckers. There's your Raw review. This has been your YWC champ. And I'm signing out, and I'll do some WWE news for you, since you guys seem like you enjoyed it. So that will be a regular segment, regular video series on this channel. I'll do WWE news, where I'll read off the dirt sheets, and I'll talk about all the latest happenings in the wrestling world. All right, motherfuckers, until next time.